With widespread stay-at-home orders in place and unemployment rates rising, access to food has become an even greater concern. We met Sam Samuel, a Philadelphia resident who's delivered hundreds of meals to families in her community, earning her the nickname Food Fairy. In Philadelphia's Mantua neighborhood, 49-year-old Sam Samuel rises with the sun, knowing she too has a lot of ground to cover. First, she rents a U-Haul. Then she picks up other volunteers and heads to a nearby distribution center where the truck gets loaded with hundreds of free food boxes and milk cartons. Meals that would have been available through the school's free lunch program if not for the shutdown caused by COVID-19.
Hi, we're here to give you your lunches. How many of it is y'all? 5. They got 5, y'all.
So Samuel stepped up, providing doorstep food delivery. It sounds to me like you're an Uber Eats.
Yeah, you can call that on Thursday for the kids. Tina, I'm coming down to you right now.
Rarely does she use a street address. She knows nearly every family in need behind these doors.
My man, Mama Joe, he took 2.
Overwhelmed moms like preschool teacher Natasha Sapp and her 7 kids are grateful.
They eat more than ever now.
Do you have a car?
I do.
So why aren't you picking up the food from the distribution center?
Well, I do. I was, but I can't leave them unattended.
Well, 7 kids would be hard to do.
Yes, it's very hard. So I wouldn't even want to put them out and risk like that.
And she comes without fail.
Faithfully. Back
in March, Samuel was delivering meals every day out of her van. Each bag only held a day's worth of food. Now students are getting a weekly box with 10 ready-to-go meals. You started with how many kids?
50. I started with 50 per day.
50 children per day? Every day?
Every day.
And what are you up to now?
I'm up to 260 now.
A retired Treasury Department employee with 25 years of service, Samuel says she's now devoted to Mantua's Civic Association efforts, affordable food being one of them.
We can't walk a couple of blocks to the store. You have to go miles and miles in order to get anything. It's a desert. The community needs a supermarket. Hi, Miss Carmen.
We have nothing down here.
When was the last time you saw a supermarket here in this community?
30 years or more.
30 years?
Yeah.
And accessing public transportation during the pandemic has been difficult for 77-year-old Carmen Davis and her 3 grandchildren.
So all of them are shut down now.
All of the buses that service this area are shut down?
Yep.
How would you get to the distribution center to pick up your boxes if you didn't have Sam?
I'd have to pay somebody, Uber or Lyft.
This is something that our city has never experienced before.
Councilmember Jamie Gautier represents this part of West Philadelphia and credits school district leaders for reopening food distribution while being flexible in finding ways to meet federal guidelines.
They have worked tirelessly to set up food sites all over our city, and they had to do that really, really quickly.
Zenobia gets 3, Simon.
But she acknowledges folks like Samuel fill in the gaps. And there's some people who say, you know, she's not quite following the rules here.
Following the rules around getting people food are not as important in a global health pandemic. We have to make sure that people eat.
She has 1 child there. Where?
Are you paid for this?
No, I'm not paid for this at all. This is all community service.
And for Samuel, that service always delivers a smile.
If I had it my way, I would go from door to door, every house. I would make sure that if it was a child in there, they got a box. If it was in a perfect world where I could have the milkman behind me giving each kid their milk in their boxes, that's what I would do.
She's something else. Well, in the weeks after we saw Samuel in action, buses started running more regularly, and the school district opened a food distribution site right in Mantua. Samuel now focuses on guiding families to that site and offering rides to those who can't carry those boxes home.
Really fascinating, Michelle. I mean, following the rules is very important, but if you can't eat and survive to begin with, you can't follow any of those rules, right?
Yeah, and she did it. She helped get that distribution center in Mantua, her neighborhood.
All right, good stuff, Michelle. Thank you.